So I am now adding the H marks. So if you want, as I showed you, you can add other patterns also, but I somehow like it this way. So I am adding the H marks. So take your time, go slow. This really adds to the look of the pattern, right? So it's a very simple pattern to draw, just that you have to follow those steps, and the strokes are very elementary, just the C shape. Right, so that's the hidden tangle drupe. And the next tangle that we can introduce is probably, I would go with the pattern, yeah, I think I will draw the pattern so you can draw either Fangle, or you can draw the pattern drawings, whichever you like, anything of your choice, please go ahead. Right, so I have drawn the pattern drawings. I'm now going to join these lines. So we have already learned to draw this pattern. Just in case you are new to it, please refer to the video. Right, so this is the pattern drawings, and it is up to you how you want to highlight it. So some tangulation, introducing some orbs, right, and then yeah, probably just a small embellishment here and there, not everywhere. Right, so what you can also do here is add an outer aura, like this. So there are so many ways to go about embellishing your pattern, enhance its look. Please explore, or you can draw drawings in its original form. So one last thing that we can do here is probably add something at the ends, little bit. Yeah. So I'm going to just add a few poke roots. Like this, right? It's entirely up to you whether you want to do this exercise or not. Right? So I think that's about it. We can now start to shade our tile. So one last thing that I'm going to do here is fill up these empty space. Since this tile is almost filled till the end here, so just to ensure that they look a little, the two sides look a little uniform, I'm just going to add one small squid here. It's entirely up to you. You can, you may not do that, right? I just feel like just to make sure that both sides of the tile are, they look uniform. So since my poke roots are almost touching the end of my tile, so I thought I'll be introducing one more pattern here, that is a small squid. Entirely up to you. You may not do that, right? So I think we are done. Need not do anything else. So let us now move on to shading our tile. So I'm going to pick up my pencil and then add some pencil at the bottom of my gorgeous. Not much pencil needed on the ink portions. You need not put graphite on the ink portions. Right, again the bottom, right, and then probably some here, and then some on these lines. Again, up to you, how do you want to go about shading? There is no standard rule of shading, right? So you can shade the way you wish to. Light source and reflection is not relevant as far as shading a Zentangle tile. You can shade the way you like it. Again, as I told you, adding some graphite on the inside, both sides. right? Some on this heads of my poke root, just a touch. Right, and then some on the squid, probably the ends. Yeah, so let's start blending. So I'm going to gently pull this graphite towards the center. Nice onion like shapes, tangle gorgeous, open to many variations, right? So you can see I have left a highlight in the center. Make sure you don't make the entire thing gray. Don't put your stump much on the inked sections, you may end up damaging your tile, right? Then again on the inside of the drawings, it's very important that white and black portions are discrete in your tile. Otherwise there is no point of shading, you know. So contrast is important. Make sure you don't blend too much. Right, some blending on the squid. Right, and then moving on to our today's tangle, that is drupe. So just make sure you blend but you don't cover the center. Although we have a highlight, we can re-emphasize it with help of a chalk pencil. We'll see if we need that. Again, inked portions, so don't blend too much. You can call it a drama tangle because of the inked sections, but as I showed you, there's no hard and fast rule. When you play around, you can do away with the inking. I think I put pencil here. Yeah. Right, so that's our tile for today. I'm now going to pick up my chalk pencil and highlight this center section. Right, you can also highlight here. Right, use another stump to blend your chalk. Just soften it a little. Right, some on the squid. If you want, you can use a little color. Use your gold jelly roll here and there. Black and gold is an excellent combination, so I'm not doing much of color here, but you can introduce it at places, right? So if you want, you can dot it, you can do anything else with your gold, right? You can also fill in these spaces with gold. I think I'm going to deck up my drawings a little bit more. I'm going to introduce these veins which are generally there on drawings. I think they would look nice like this, right? Entirely up to you. There is no end to what you can do with your tile, and it's almost impossible to plan it. Never turns out the way you did, right? So just go with the flow, right? So a little some veins here. Yeah, I think I'm going to close my tile here. I did plan one more thing here although, and that is this dash of color. Which you may or may not do. Entirely up to you, right? So brown at the end and then some orange. These are watercolor pencils, as I always use, and then a touch of yellow. This step is totally optional, you may do away with it, please. Do what you like to. You can keep the tile white, right? So I'll just use my brush and blend it. So I'm trying to be uneven here, I'm not blending it evenly. I don't want to blend it evenly, right? So done with the blending. Right, so let us close our tile here. I'm going to add my chalk, right? Sign and date it. Right, so this is the tangle pattern Drupe along with a few more patterns to go along. So I'll see you again with another Zentangle original. Till then, have a good time, stay safe. Do subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. Do follow my Facebook page, Sanyukta Zentangle. I am also there on Instagram by the name Sanyukta.Saxena. So bye bye, take care.